Yo, what up, guys? Your boy Navi Drizzle, and today we're going to be talking about the 5th anniversary and who I think are going to be the main headlining units for the 5th anniversary. Now, to start off with, I am going to be talking about characters that I don't think are going to be in the 5th anniversary. Some characters that a lot of people are kind of convinced themselves that might show up or they will show up, and characters that I think will be used as bait for the 5th anniversary, right? Because every year, every anniversary, every time we are expecting something that's going to be hype, you can expect that Bandai is going to throw a couple banners at you, a couple characters here and there to try to get you to use those gems to make sure that you have to keep buying and purchasing more for the 5th anniversary or the anniversary banners in general, right? So let's jump right into characters that I don't think that we're going to get. Now, to start off, it's a main one, it's a big one, Shanks. It just doesn't make sense to me for them to release a new version of Shanks when the current version of Shanks still feels kind of fresh and kind of new, right? They've only dropped Film Red Shanks 2 times, the first time he ever released and the 4.5 anniversary. So within a year and a half, just a little bit over a year and a half, we've only gotten 2 opportunities to pull him. Now, to put that into perspective, if you take a look at Green Hybrid Kaido, who came out this year in January, they gave him 3 opportunities to pull him. The first time he released in the anniversary, on his birthday back in May, and currently right now in December, I believe for Jump Festa was the reason he released. That's Kaido 3 times and Shanks only 2 in the span of over a year and a half. So to us, for a lot of new players, for a lot of old players, Film Red Shanks is still relatively new. That is Film Red Shanks, right? He is wearing the same pants that he does in the movie. He's wearing the same outfit and everything. That is 100% Film Red Shanks. So it just makes sense for me that they will do a re-banner instead of a new version of the character. And then in the future, when we get certain moments from Shanks, I don't want to spoil much in the manga, but he does show up in the future. I feel like that's when they feel more comfortable. They can build a character off of him. They can build a new version of him when he does what he does in the manga, right? I don't want to spoil too much. I know it sounds kind of secretive, or I'm trying to avoid the plot and stuff, but that's on purpose. I just don't want to spoil people. But he does show up in the future, and I feel like when he shows up in the future and we finally get that animated, then that's when they're going to drop a new version of Shanks. But for right now, I don't think we're going to get a new version. It just doesn't make sense to me. What makes much more sense is that they're going to drop a rebanner for people to get another opportunity to pull the current Film Red Shanks.
Oh, Jana!
Now, 2 other characters that I don't think we're going to get is, I don't think we're going to get Mother Misery Big Mom, or we're going to get, Drunken Kaido. These are 2 units, or like the Big Boral Breath, the big, Flame Dragon Kaido. These units, we're just kind of tired of Kaido and Big Mom. That's straight up. It is what it is. Olin has been strong all year. Hybrid Kaido has been really strong. We've gotten 2 Kaido units the last, 2 anniversaries. We got them for the 3rd anniversary and the 4th anniversary. People don't really want them for the 5th anniversary. I think in the future, those are 2 units that will definitely be hype, and they could be like surprise banners and stuff. But currently, I think we're good with Olin and we're good with Hybrid Kaido. I don't think we're going to get another version of either of those 2. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get a new Shanks. I don't think we're going to get a new Kaido. And I don't think we're going to get a new Big Mom. Going to who I think they're going to bring for bait units, it's definitely going to be Film Red Shanks. I think for sure he would be a really good bait unit. It would just make sense for the timing wise and everything for them to try to bait people for the 5th anniversary with Film Red Shanks. Now, moving on to another unit that I think will come back, and it's Gear 5 Luffy. It just makes sense, right? He's Gear 5th. A lot of people thought originally they were going to save Gear 5 for the 5th anniversary, but they did end up dropping him in the 4.5 anniversary to align with the anime, so it makes sense. I do think he is a character for brand new players, right? I mean, think of yourself as a brand new player. If you saw the opportunity to pull Gear 5th Luffy on the 5th anniversary, you're going to try to pull Gear 5, right? And for the people who missed them back in the 4.5 anniversary, they're definitely going to try to pull for him. So it's like perfect bait. It just aligns perfectly well. If we see Gear 5 Luffy, that is not somebody who I think is going to be a surprise, especially because last year when we got EX Zoro, they also released EX Luffy rebanner, right? The EX Blue Attacker Luffy, they used him as bait during the Zoro banner, right? So it just makes sense for them to try to, you know, bait people with this version of Luffy this time around. So I definitely think for the units that we're not going to get a new version of Shanks, but we will get Film Red Shanks and we will get Gear 5 Luffy. I'm expecting them 100% for the 5th anniversary, which brings me to the theme of the 5th anniversary, the 4 Emperors.
占領道家のバギー、黒ひげティーチ、赤髪のシャンクス、そして麦わらのルフィ。
It just makes sense that the new EX units are going to revolve around them. And since we already have a really strong EX Shanks and we already have a really strong EX Luffy, we're missing 2 EX units, 2 Emperors. We're missing obviously EX version 2 Blackbeard, who makes the most sense, and he will probably, out of the 2, I think he's the most guaranteed that we're going to get an extreme unit of. It's going to be version 2 Blackbeard, both with the Yami Yami no Mi and the Goro Goro no Mi, right? 2 Devil Fruits. He's really strong. You can expect him to do extra damage to Devil Fruit users, which is going to be really beneficial for this current meta because we have Green Bull, Momo, Albert, right? Olin, Hybrid Kaido, Gear 5, Kid and Law, all Devil Fruit users. So getting a really strong EX unit that does extra damage to Devil Fruit users will probably be to the benefit of Blackbeard. As well as what I think they might do if they don't want to do an EX Buggy specifically is that they might do a cross guild EX with maybe EX Crocodile and Mihawk, right? A tag unit with Crocodile and Mihawk would definitely be anniversary level hype. A lot of people would want to, you know, so it's either going to be, you know, definitely version 2 of Blackbeard, EX Crocodile and Mihawk, or EX Buggy straight up. Those are my options for it. And since last year we had, for the first time ever, 3 EX units, I think they might want to slide in another 3rd EX, right? Because if they were able to pull it off last year, they're going to want to pull it off this year. So, you know, Blackbeard aside, Buggy aside, Crocodile Mihawk aside, there is an opportunity, there is a chance for us to get an EX Dark King Rayleigh. Right, he just showed up in the anime. He had a really hype moment. We know the developers of this game love Rayleigh because they gave him a really strong Bounty Fest unit 2 years ago. Which, by the way, 2 years ago was the last time we got another Rayleigh unit. It would just make sense, right? He also is a Wi-Fi hockey master as well. So if we're gonna get somebody who's really strong against Devil Fruit users, it would make sense for us to get Blackbeard and Rayleigh, because Rayleigh is a hockey master. He's gonna, you know, have all that extra hockey stuff. He can do extra damage. You know, they could probably build a mechanic for him for that reason. And then Blackbeard, he already has the Yami Yami no Mi stuff. That's already gonna work for him. He's probably gonna get Tremor. Tremor's probably gonna be more meta nowadays. And yeah, dude, I mean, that's who I'm expecting. Definitely Emperor Blackbeard, a cross guild EX, and potentially Dark King Rayleigh. I think that sets us up perfectly for 2024 and Egghead Island in general, because what's coming in Egghead Island is a whole bunch of hype stuff, as well as a certain character that I'm personally very much excited for. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are excited at the very least, right? Because hey, some people thought we might get Green Bull for the Extreme unit. We might get another Admiral. I think that'll be interesting, but if we're gonna get an Admiral EX unit, it's gonna be one of the OG 3. And if you know the manga, 2 of them are coming up.